After starting the season with a seemingly tanking record of 10-18, the Utah Jazz have undergone a remarkable turnaround, securing victory in 12 of their last 14 games. These wins include significant wins against good teams, while their defensive strength, emphasized by the imposing presence of 2 or even 3 bigs on the court, simultaneously has played a crucial role. The true driving force behind their success has been their spectacular offensive performance. Over the past 14 games since December 21st, the Jazz have displayed an impressive offensive output, scoring 124 points per 100 possessions, ranking them 3rd in the league during this period. In today's NBA landscape, teams with prolific offenses often rely on either an elite playmaker dictating the game or a high-scoring individual constantly applying pressure until the defense collapses. Consider some of this season's top offensive teams, such as the Pacers with Halliburton, the Celtics, Bucks, Thunder, and 76ers with top-tier scorers, surrounded by complementary pieces. The Clippers, on the other hand, exhibit elements of both approaches. However, the Jazz present a unique case. They lack a single player in the top 20 for points per game, or a player in the top 30 for assists per game. Their success stems from a combination of depth, well-suited player roles, and strategic coaching maneuvers, allowing them to compete with the best offensive teams over the past month. A key aspect of their offensive prowess is the constant action happening on the court during Jazz games. Examples include plays with intricate off-ball movements, such as Sexton running off a pin down from Mark Cannon, while Olynyk sets a back screen for Keon George. The deceptive nature of their plays, like Mark Cannon's decoy, curl-off screens for three-point opportunities, keeps defenses on their toes. Markkanen's utilization of corner-down screens is a notable feature of their offense, not only for shooting, but also for attacking the middle with his driving ability. Even when defenses attempt to switch, it often leads to advantageous mismatches that result in effective offensive plays. In essence, the Jazz have found success through a blend of strategic plays, off-ball movements, and a collective effort that transcends individual statistical dominance. This multifaceted approach has propelled them into the offensive elite over the past month, challenging conventional norms of offensive production in the NBA. When it comes to defending these offensive actions, there isn't a clear-cut answer, and more often than not, miscommunications occur. An example of this is when the original defender wants to chase, while the second defender opts to switch. This gravitational pull leaves the screener wide open on a slip, resulting in a challenging defensive situation. The complexity continues when he's attacking the basket. In one scenario, as they set up the action, Jeremy Sohan fronts the screen, prompting a backdoor cut from Lowry. This leads to a 2-on-1 situation, creating a high-quality opportunity for a teammate. Even when the defense appears to do everything right, such as OG jumping in front of the screen and Schroeder sitting back to prevent a cut, the Jazz react by setting up a second action, exploiting any defensive lapses. The Jazz particularly favor three-man actions, introducing intricate movements to confuse defenses. For instance, running off screens towards the top and adjusting the route, creating multiple options for miscommunication. Corner screening actions, especially involving Lowry, present various opportunities. These actions often feature players like Kessler and Simone Fontecchio, introducing moving parts that challenge defenses to communicate effectively. The Jazz also employ decoy screening actions on the weak side during corner pin downs, further complicating defensive assignments. Utilizing Lowry as the screener, whether for pick-and-pop situations or three-point attempts, showcases the versatility of his off-ball prowess. Whether he's setting screens or running routes, the multitude of ways Lowry can be utilized as an off-ball weapon adds a layer of complexity that keeps defenses on their toes. Notice how, when Clarkson turns the corner, Simone would typically be the defender picking up the ball. However, Simone, concerned about Lowry's shooting prowess, follows him to the top of the key, leaving the lane wide open for a drive and dunk. This defensive lapse repeats, as Simone comes off the screen while Lowry pops, forcing a hesitation that prompts Jimmy Butler to close out, once again creating an open lane for an easy bucket. Ball screens involving Lowry can also function as decoys to set up alternative plays. In one instance, it appears Lowry is entering a two-man game with Dunn, only to slip past and come off a flare screen on the opposite wing. This strategic move provides enough space for Lowry to comfortably catch and shoot. Similarly, a fake ball screen from Lowry, followed by another from Collins, sets up a cross screen, allowing Lowry to capitalize on an open three-point opportunity. When defending Lowry away from the ball, there's no room for error due to his unique combination of size and shooting ability, leading the NBA in three-point attempts off the catch. With over 40% accuracy, Lowry's versatility poses a significant challenge for defenders. Even attempts to run him off the line with near-perfect defense may result in fouls, and the lane remains wide open for Lowry to exploit, as seen in his effective post-up plays. Examining why the lane was open for Lowry's post-up, Many of the set plays and screening actions discussed start with the ball in Kelly Olynyk's hands. Take this instance where he holds the ball on the wing, allowing Keon George to come off a flare screen, delivering a perfectly timed pass for an easy catch-and-shoot 3. In another play, featuring a corner pin down, Tim Hardaway calls for a switch while Luka Doncic is attached to Jordan Clarkson, creating an opportunity for Fournier to slip, and Olynyk executes a precise pass. Initiating what seems like a similar action, this time with Bogdanovic top-blocking, Olynyk exploits the defense's soft spot by delivering a remarkable pass, allowing Fournier to cut back door. Even when the screen is slipped, like in the next play, with Sohan obstructing the way, Olynyk makes a pinpoint pass leading to a layup. If the cut is taken away, Olynyk transitions smoothly to set up a dribble handoff, or takes advantage of a driving lane, showcasing a versatile scoring ability. This style of offense resembles a Jokic approach, with Olynyk orchestrating movement, cutting, and screening, while being a threat in the mid-range game. Notably, his chemistry with Sexton shines through as Sexton constantly seeks opportunities to cut, with Olynyk delivering precise passes. In a traditional ball screen look, Sexton's explosiveness allows him to reject the screen, drawing attention and leaving Olynyk open for a catch and shoot. Highlighting Sexton's value to the offense, he excels at getting to the rim and displays high-level slashing skills. Demonstrated in his driving game, Sexton navigates defense adeptly, going behind his back to redirect his lane, earning a trip to the free throw line in moments where the offense falters. Having players like Sexton capable of breaking free and creating opportunities from scratch becomes crucial. His skill set also enables the team to incorporate more ball screen action. While he may not be a prolific pull-up shooter, he excels at attacking space. Given room, he turns the corner and finds lanes to the basket. This ability to get to and finish at the rim forces the defense into rotation, and his adept passing skills capitalize by creating open three-point opportunities. He provides an on-ball presence that the team lacks. Jordan Clarkson shares many of these qualities. A consistent shot creator, he can navigate the defense and create his own shot. While favoring the mid-range, his shot creation inside the arc applies pressure, freeing up teammates. Clarkson has evolved as a passer, currently averaging a career high of over 5 assists per game. Despite being recognized as a scoring threat, his isolation scoring efficiency, currently at 1.11 points per ISO, deserves more credit. He serves as a release valve when team actions don't create advantages. The significance of these on-ball creators is evident in the team's statistics. When Sion plays about 750 minutes without Clarkson, they maintain a solid 118 offensive rating. Conversely, in about 725 minutes without Sion, Clarkson leads the team to a 115.5 offensive rating. However, in around 300 minutes with neither on the court, the offense collapses to 108, well below the league average. This emphasizes the importance of consistent shot creation and forcing defensive rotations. Notably, Keon George is evolving into another on-ball creator for the team, showing promise despite being a rookie. While he's refining his slashing skills, his standout quality is being the team's best off-the-dribble three-point shooter. In his first year, he has impressively hit 40% of his pull-up threes, adding another layer to their offensive arsenal. This means he can efficiently play the two-man game, stepping into effective offense from beyond the arc, especially against bigs and drop coverage. This, of course, enables him to create advantages, as seen here. The Pistons switch the screen, leaving Kelly Olynyk with a guard in the post. As George lacks an angle to enter the ball, Olynyk comes over to make the pass, resulting in a quick layup. However, George is a highly skilled passer in his own right. He contributes to Utah's constant screening action, as demonstrated by this back screen for Olynyk, cutting into open space and receiving a perfectly placed lob. In addition to these playmakers, Chris Dunn, a limited scorer, stands out as the best passer among their guards. When Kelly is off the floor, Dunn takes on the role of setting the table, showcasing his ability to make similar reads. While not breaking down defenders one-on-one like Sexton or Clarkson, Dunn leverages the space created by Utah's shooters' movement to get into the defense and make plays, such as the lob to Kessler. There's a crucial aspect I want you to notice from this possession. Do you observe anything different from a typical offense? The key is Kessler's positioning, starting deep in the corner instead of the dunker spot. This strategic placement aims to extend Precious Achiuwa's rotation to the rim, making it slightly longer. Kessler times his dive to maintain vertical floor spacing, presenting a master class in X's and O's. When Kessler is on the floor, they consistently space him by positioning him in that weak side corner. In instances like Clarkson and Lowry running a pick and pop, this positioning offers Clarkson a lane to the paint, while Kessler fills out the baseline space for easy offense. Another example starts with Kessler in the weak side corner during a Sion drive drawing rim protection. Even though he attempts the shot, A missed box out by Cade Cunningham grants the big man an uncontested follow-up for an easy 2 points. The luxury of always having two bigs on the floor creates constant crashing opportunities, contributing to their success in securing second chance points, ranking 6th in the NBA at over 16 second chance points every 75 possessions over the last 14 games. Yet another layer to their already versatile offense. I began this breakdown discussing the Jazz's uniqueness in not relying on a single driving force or traditional engine to lead the charge. Now let's delve into some numbers to further emphasize this point. Over the last 14 games, they don't have any player touching the ball more than 60 times a game. Contrast this with players in the league averaging 90 or even 100 touches, and some teams with 2 players over 75. The Jazz, on the other hand, boast 6 players, all averaging around 50 touches. This is what true ball sharing looks like. Part of this distribution is influenced by their minutes allocation. Lowry averages 31.2 minutes, Clarkson about 29, and no other player surpasses 26. Essentially, they have a roster of players putting up sixth-man minutes, with 9 guys over 20 minutes and 10 over 18. Talk about depth. According to Cleaning the Glass, they've fielded 6 lineups playing at least 100 possessions. 2 of these lineups particularly stand out in terms of success. Their best lineup comprises Keon George, Clarkson, Olenek, and Kessler, outscoring opponents by nearly 12 points per 100 possessions. Now, the second best lineup features Chris Dunn, Sion, Simone, Lowry, and John Collins, boasting a net rating of about 5.5. How many NBA teams can deploy 2 entirely different lineups and achieve excellent results? This perfectly encapsulates why the Jazz have been so successful. It's not a one-man show, even though Lowry is an all-star and possibly all-NBA caliber. Most of his time is spent away from the ball. It takes multiple ball handlers, good decision-makers, diverse floor spacers, size, athleticism, and of course, a flawless system that maximizes all its components. When all these boxes are checked, you get the 2024 Utah Jazz, winning 12 of their last 14 games and showing no signs of slowing down. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay updated on more content. See you in the next one.